It's time to discover, it's time to play. So let's get started right away.
Let's play the next ABC game. In your ABC kit is a game that looks like this. Take it out with the colored squares that come in your kit. On the back are 3 games. The first game is finding the capital letters. The second game is finding the small letters. And the third game is finding the letter sounds. Let's start with finding the capital letters. Put your game on a flat surface so you can play with me. Here we go! Find the capital R and point to it with your finger. Rhode Island, Reagan, and Riley begin with a capital R. Here is a capital R. Now put your colored square on the capital R. Find the capital G and point to it with your finger. Georgia, Gail, and Garrett begin with a capital G. Here is a capital G. Now put your colored square on the capital G. Let's find the capital T and point to it with your finger. Tennessee, Texas, and Taylor start with a capital T. Here is a capital T. Put your colored square on the capital T. Can you find the capital J and point to it with your finger? Jamaica, Jessica, and Jim begin with a capital J. Here is a capital J. Let's put our colored square on the capital J. Find the capital C and point to it with your finger. California, Colorado, and Colleen start with a capital C. Here is a capital C. Put a colored square on the capital C. Can you find the capital X and point to it with your finger? Zena, Xander, and Xavier begin with a capital X. Here is a capital X. Now put your colored square on the capital X. Let's find the capital D and point to it with your finger. Delaware, Dennis, and Dora start with a capital D. Here is the capital D. Now put a colored square on the capital D. Now find the capital K and point to it with your finger. Kansas, Kyle, and Kelly begin with a capital K. Here is a capital K. Let's put a colored square on the capital K. Find the capital N and point to it with your finger. Nevada, Nebraska, and Nate start with a capital N. Here is a capital N. Now put a colored square on the capital N. Can you find the capital A and point to it with your finger? Alaska, Alabama, and Austin start with a capital A. Here is a capital A. Now put your colored square on the capital A. Let's find the capital V and point to it with your finger. Vermont, Virginia, and Vance start with a capital V. Here is a capital V. Let's put a colored square on the capital V. Now find the capital P and point to it with your finger. Pennsylvania, Paige, and Paul begin with a capital P. Here is a capital P. Let's put a colored square on the capital P. capital Z and point to it with your finger. Zoe, Zane, and Zach begin with a capital Z. Here is a capital Z. Put a colored square on the capital Z. Can you find the capital M and point to it with your finger? Maine, Michigan, and Mary start with the capital M. Here is a capital M. Let's put a colored square on the capital M. Let's find the capital S and point to it with your finger. South Carolina, South Dakota, and Sarah begin with a capital S. Here is a capital S. Put a colored square on the capital S. Now find the capital F and point to it with your finger. Florida, Fred, and Francis start with a capital F. Here is a capital F. Now put a colored square on the capital F. Find the capital W and point to it with your finger. Wisconsin, Washington, and William begin with a capital W. Here is the capital W. Let's put a colored square on the capital W. Find the capital H and point to it with your finger. Hawaii, Hannah, and Henry start with the capital H. Here is the capital H. Put a colored square on the capital H. Can you find the capital B and point to it with your finger? Bailey, Brady, and Beth begin with the capital B. Here is a capital B. Put a colored square on the capital B. Let's find the capital Q and point to it with your finger. Queenie, Quincy, and Quinn start with a capital Q. Here is the capital Q. Now put a colored square on the capital Q. Now find the capital E and point to it with your finger. Emma, Earl, and Eddie begin with a capital E. Here is a capital E. Put a colored square on the capital E. Find the capital Y and point to it with your finger. Yasmin, Yadel, and Yosef start with a capital Y. Here is a capital Y. Let's put a colored square on the capital Y. Can you find a capital I and point to it with your finger? Idaho, Iowa, and Isabella begin with a capital I. Here is a capital I. Put a colored square on the capital I. Let's find the capital U and point to it with your finger. Utah, Ursula, and Ulysses start with a capital U. Here is a capital U. Now put a colored square on the capital U. Now find the capital L and point to it with your finger. Louisiana, Lindsay, and Lucas begin with a capital L. Here is the capital L. Put a colored square on the capital L. Find the capital O and point to it with your finger. Ohio, Oklahoma, and Olivia start with a capital O. Here is the capital O. Put a colored square on the capital O. Wow, wow,